Okay. Okay, definitely. We should be back by now. Let me just double check. Everything looks good. Right. Let's get back to the race when we can. Do apologise that the creator series weeks. We hope everything's okay with Gareth. He is an absolute legend, and we hope everything's okay with him. So sorry about that. That's why there was some pausing going on for the last 10 minutes. But you know what? Family comes first. So we've been doing a fly switch around there. As we have missed the safety car, we do apologise about that. But what are you going to do? We will get back into that. We'll try and figure out what exactly happened there. But yeah, Gareth, we're all thinking of you. Hope everything's okay. Please let us know when you can. So we will continue. Lap 12 of 57. Looks like at the back, nothing's really changed, but do you know who this is good for? This is good for Tom, because he was like a pit stop behind, and he's kind of just been waiting for this safety car. So, like, amazing, right? Good on him, Carl. Tom's back in the picture.
Yeah, definitely. A torrid start for Tom, it must be said. But this gives him the opportunity to go back as there's all kinds of action happening in the pit lane. Of course, all thoughts with Gareth and his family. We hope everything is okay here at the Creator Series. But in the pit lane, we have Racing, we have Alex, we must have Sky. In fact, forget it, pretty much all the grid's in. Goodness me. It's pandemonium. As onto the mediums goes Racing Chai. In fact, probably most of the soft runners will go on to mediums. Hard tyres, would you dare to take a set of hard tyres at this point? I don't know, but for now, Alex on mediums, Racing on mediums. We shall soon find out what everyone else is on.
Yeah, very, very strategically good time for this safety car to come. Oh, God, nearly some overtakes of the safety car there. That would have been an instant disqualification, so thankfully they slowed down on time. Looking at Matty, he's on hards. Okay, so like he's our sort of person that we look at. It's really good for him as well because they were in the sort of kind of back end of the grid that couldn't kind of catch up to the main train. So now we have the main train. It's all going to be caught back up together, and really good for people like JD Neville, Devil New, Patterson, Ches as well was a little bit off the pace, and Curbs. This is his try. He's got another chance to try and get back up this order and show what he can do. Because right now, what we've kind of just had is Alex, Raz, and Sky Z sort of kind of there. Oh, but look at this Safso. Safso's just gained like 5 places, so that must have happened. Something must have happened there. Safso's up to 4th place. His medium tire's only 2 laps, so I think he pitted the lap before the safety car. Carl, that's what happened.
He did indeed. We saw him peel into the pit lane. We said it was quite early, but actually, a strategic masterstroke from Safso, it must be said, finds himself in a great position now. P4.
I love it. Don't you just love it when someone makes a decision like that? Great. Only 2 laps of main difference. Should not really be any difference for another 15, 20 laps. So Safso, our Season 1 champion, now finding himself in the top 4. Now's the question of can he stick with the top 3 because they've been really fast. Alex Gillen, Razin, and Skyzy have all been quite fast, and whoever's been behind them needs to kind of keep up. We also have El Rey right behind him. Then Rob, Unstopped Rob, still doing very well in that 6th place. Absolutely nailing it there. Meraki, I've seen races where Meraki starts in 20th. I feel like every race I commentate, he starts like 20th because something goes wrong or he does it deliberately. And then he kind of just runs his way up in the first 15 laps by like 10 spots, and I'm going like, how do you do that? This race, though, he's kind of been he's not been slow at all, not saying that, but he's been a little bit caught in that sort of 7th, 6th place, not really seen the rise that we would have usually seen. Do you think that's just a maybe first stint thing, Carl, or do you think we can expect more of him in the rest of the race?
Oh, possibly indeed. I was just thinking of Safso actually, for the time being, I was on about that, because 3-lap-old mediums, so it's a couple of laps older, he's been going hammer and tong, full pedal to the metal on those tyres. But at the same time, we've seen it many times in other league racing situations where even just a couple of laps older tyres can really hinder your race perspective. So, you never know. Safso has gained the positions for the time being, but it could be a lot of defensive work in order to keep those positions.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. We'll have to look back at that. Tia McMardick in 8th as well. He's slowly making his way up. I think he started about 9th or 10th. So he's kind of making a little bit up there. Doing well enough. But yeah, no, this is like Alex Gillen, Razin. Let's just talk about Razin for a minute. I just find it crazy that this is his first season on the wheel, having been a controller player for so long, and for just him to be up here at this level, it just goes to show that some people just adapt to things so much quicker than the sort of average person, right?
You're absolutely right there. Racing, the job he's done has been nothing short of absolutely remarkable. It has to be said. Although, in fairness, if you have that pace on one medium. There's no reason why you can't have that pace on the other medium as well. Safety car then, as we're onto the penultimate straight of the lap. And it will be in at the end of this lap. We will go racing again in Creator Series very soon.
Yeah, definitely. And just please remember, guys, support the Creator Series on all relevant channels that you can. Spread the word about this an amazing event, and we'll just hopefully all grow and grow each season, each game cycle. This is our second last race on this game. I just can't wait. Let's see what Alex does. He's slowing the pack right down. We usually find that most people kind of go roughly around the apex of this final corner because it's very, like, there's a loss of grip. Can be a bit slidey. Let's see what he does. Going around, he's deciding to wait a little bit longer, assuming that everyone's going to think it was going on, and now he's off. Off to quite a good start, Razin. Got a little bit left behind it and is already at the mercy of MSkyZ, who will be maybe making a move. I'm not sure he will. He's going to just stay back. No one's... Oh, who was that? That's Elray making a move on Safso. Might be a little bit of contact there as they both do get round, slowed down a little bit, already nearly losing out to the cars in front. Safso will not be too happy about that as we have Rob. We have Meraki right at the back of Rob as well, thinking about making a move. Will anyone take this inside line through this long left-hander, or will we just wait for the long straight? Carl, quite an easy start for Alex Gillen, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. A very, very sensible restart from Alex and Racing. Elray up into P4 then. Pretty robust on the whole, but actually kept it very clean through those first two corners. Up into P4 now for the Red Bull, and he's got his horns very much locked and set on SkyZ next up the road, as there's a McLaren on the move. Nogueira's gone down 2 positions. The McLaren of Matty and that guy Vince both get past. So, well, there's lots of jostling behind, but meanwhile, well, we're on board with Matty right now. Just having a look, there's no overtaking into this section anyway. They've got to be so careful of track limits through that. I wonder how many warnings people have at this point. If any of you have that information, drop us a line in the chat, but they've got to be so careful with those, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely in that part of the track, those 3 corners can be very, very tricky. As we see Nogueira just dropping down and down and down, sadly. Very unlucky for him. But MSkyZ making sure that he stays with these soft runners. It will be easier this time. Those soft tires should be getting a little bit worn out. Tom, in his sort of last to first pursuit, he's not moving up too fast, but he's still in the mix. He's 15th. He's now part of this train that is basically extending all the way down to 17th place. Everyone is in that DRS train, hoping for next lap to get that little bit extra. But, you know, when everyone has DRS, it is a little bit harder to get the most advantage. Then we rely on our ERS to make sure that we're not using it too quick. 16 laps in, we might have people that have used it a bit much. Meraki, 7th place, trying to get higher.
All over the back of Rob then, trying to get right underneath his diffuser, make him feel a little bit uneasy. DRS still not active just yet. They have to wait another lap for that to happen, but with slipstream and ERS usage, perhaps he will go for a move. He is gaining his Meraki, he's still gaining, pulls to the outside. There is a chance he gets through, and he has got through into P6. Neat stuff there from the Williams driver. And Tom's now up into P4. Well, he's jostling with Nogueira to get into P14. Progress is progress, and he's doing quite well at the moment.
Yep, definitely. As we've seen Razin also take the lead of the race once again. Him and Alex just resuming this, switching up the DRS as we go. Unless other things happen, this might be the way it just is for a while. Thinking of who's going to have the better strats, you know, this is an interesting type of race. We have everyone that's able to keep up with each other, and especially in this top 10, it all comes down to strategy, tire wear, tire decisions. Looks like it's a dry day in Miami as well, so probably no threat of rain at this minute. DRS enabled. This is it now. The top 3, top 4, top 5 need to just try and work on getting away from the pack. But when you've got Meraki in 6th place hunting down, I think that's going to be a lot harder than it looks.
Absolutely, you're quite right there. And, well, with the DRS enabled, surely, from these two at the front, Racing and Alex, it's got to be a similar kind of play that they did before in terms of just swapping positions with each other with the DRS. Infratic moves up into P11 past the McLaren of Matty. Very nicely done. But the good thing for these two now is they're both on the medium tyres. SkyZ doesn't have that tyre advantage anymore. Both the same age, both the same compound. Now we can really see what happens.
Yeah, Meraki now just kind of kicking up as Alex goes around outside, gets into the lead of the race. They've slowed themselves down. This is what they can't afford to do. They're slowing themselves down. Meraki now into 5th place. He's looking at the back of Elray now, but Razin, whoa, he'll be probably not too happy with that move because we did see a visibly slow down in that train. Look at how long that is. Like, anyone right now could potentially just make their way up this train and actually win this. This is quite crazy how slow, how sort of tight everyone is. Elray, going to that inside. Get your brake markers right. Gets it right. No, it doesn't. Goes a little bit too far. Hopefully he didn't get any touch there. It looks like he just avoided M-Sky-Z, but that was a close call again. That was nearly the sprint.
Oh, blimey, what a dive. Unfortunately, doesn't quite work out. Just slightly too optimistic on the brakes. And now there's going to be 4 cars jockeying potentially for the lead. Don't overcook it, lads, please. We've got a long, long race still to go. Alex does remain in the lead. Rass in P2. Elray round the outside. They still keep going side by side. He has the inside line. Through into P3 goes Elray Guri. Lovely stuff there from the Red Bull driver.
Definitely just sent it around there. He was making it one way or another. M-Sky-Z has to backtrack a little bit off that. Now, very interesting. It's because they're slowing themselves down in the final half of the track. It's just allowing these people to just maybe make the moves, you know, because you're getting slowed down by the car in front of you. The car behind you might not be getting slowed down yet as Razin takes the lead of the race, just switching it up. Look how close everyone is. It's almost when, not if, something's going to go wrong as we're too wide going through that. The Alpha. Rob and Safso going for it. Oh no, and there's a spin at the back and it's Safso. No, Carl. It's Safso, Carl.
Safso, that is heartbreaking, my friend. Yellow flags are out. He's got to wait an eternity to get back on the track. Luckily, it looks like there's no front wing damage. Unbelievable. But that is devastating for Safso, and he might well have got a corner cutting warning for that as well, which is just even more strain. And well, in the case of Rassin and Alex, I'd probably be more happy having Sky-Z behind me. I'd certainly be a lot less happy with Elray behind me because we know he does not half-heartedly send.
I love that. Yeah, I don't want Elray behind me today. No, no way. Yeah, Carl, you cut it a little bit there, but I think it was just a little slight moment. And Fratic moving up into 9th place. He's kind of getting there for Team Ferrari, moving up the board. Meraki as well in 5th, and Rob was I think it was Rob and Safso that got a little bit close to each other, and it's a very, very tough part of the track to get 2 cars through. Absolutely crazy. Elray getting closer and closer to the back. Is anything going to happen? Is he's not going to make it 3 wide? No, he's not. He's going to stay back, but go on that. Oh, almost went off the track there. Had to back off a little bit. But yeah, I got a funny feeling Elray is thinking that he can win this race.
You know what? He's probably licking his lips at the opportunity. These two are switching with the DRS, and granted they can do that as long as they want, but like I said, Elray will not half-heartedly send it. If he sees a gap, you can bet your bottom dollar, conveniently as we're in America, that he will go for it. Rassin then swapping back into the lead. Alex kind of having to defend the inside to stop Elray, but it's just going to let him go round the outside instead. Alex, you've exposed yourself to the move, but luckily defends it for the time being. This could get spicy.
Yeah, but as we actually see the tiniest bit of a gap forming to Meraki, he'll need to kind of just put a stop on that if he wants to remain. I think he will be able to do that okay. But yeah, Alex Scallon has now just got Elray to worry about. And M-Sky-Z is very close, under a 10th.5 behind, even under a 10th at this moment. It's fine lines as we get a beautiful shot going around this amazing part of the track. Something's not the most fun to drive, but watching it, just seeing these cars go in fashion like that is absolutely great. Look how close that Williams and the blue is getting to the back of him. Yes, very interesting tyre strats and moving forward when to pit. That's going to make the difference here in the odd rogue safety car. Do you think we'll get another one?
Well, quite possibly, as Alex retakes the lead once again. DRS wide open. It's academic, really. Elray not thinking about it for the time being. He's just waiting in line for when his opportunity arises. There is definitely a possibility of another safety car. I have no doubt about that. Sky-Z, though, growing in confidence. Got displaced by Elray earlier, but just beginning to find his groove again. It's all about building up that momentum again. And he's just slowly but surely building up to the ultimate peak as DRS for El Rey, actually. Forget what I said for 2 seconds. It looks like he could threaten Rasen Chai even more.
Oh, definitely. As Rasen does take the lead, looks like El Rey's just not wanting to make that move yet. It's definitely not wise enough for 3 cars, and obviously after the sprint, he won't want to make the same move again. So I don't know if we'll see that yet, but he's definitely playing it safe for now, just conserving his power and conserving his battery. While Alex and Rasen are like 90% of the time they're doing the overtake well without losing time, but you know, every few laps they seem to have a little bit of a moment where they're just not on the same page and they are slowing down, and that, you know, El Rey or SkyZ will take an advantage of that. We've seen SkyZ with the double overtake earlier because of the exact same thing that I'm talking about.
You're quite right. They've got to keep the momentum. In fact, the whole is really intelligently right now. Just jockeying with the DRS, just putting themselves in a good position for the time being. They cannot afford to go too aggressive on the moves here, which we know people in the Creator Series can do. Alex round the outside again. It's textbook, it's an A start, and through into P1 he goes. But they've just got to keep doing this. They've got to keep using the DRS train. El Rey, though, sniffs an opportunity.
Definitely, as we have Tom and that guy Vince getting into it as well. Tom getting this last to first done. He's already up into 10th place. Look how close all those cars are coming around these corners. It's great that they're not getting into any contact. What a cool shot. 20 cars all coming around, or 19 cars I should say, all coming around there, looking absolutely fabulous. Into this DRS straight. Will anyone make a move? We see the Williams coming out a little bit, the Ferrari at the back. We also have Rasen in that Aston. Oh, getting so close to the back. Like, Alex and Rasen don't know what to do. El Rey's just sniffing. Look at TMM Marduk coming into 6th place as well. Rob dropping another spot. Rob falling off the pace slightly, but still in 7th place, doing a good job.
Doing well for the time being. Ben, where he needs to be, though, and that's moving upwards. Up into P6 he goes, as there's a little bit of jostling between the Red Bull and the Alpha Tauri of that guy Vince. The Red Bull stays ahead, or gets ahead. And I tell you what, look at that for a camera angle. The camera angles really do complement the track, don't they? Or whatever your opinion of the Miami track is. I won't put words into your mind, but that guy Vince has lost another position to Matty now. Just losing momentum gradually, but we're nipping at the heels of him. Goodness me, they're racing so close here. It's electric stuff.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing I love about the Creator Series shows. Have some great fights all the way down the board, even for their 13th. But going back to 3rd place, El Rey just taking it right there in behind. Not doing anything yet, ready for this DRS train. It's kind of like, when is someone going to make a move, or are they just happy if I'm them driving, I'm happy to just not make a move there and just kind of stay in formation. But you know, the moment some people start going for the overtakes, it's just going to make everyone go a bit more defensive. Will we see Alex and Rand? Look at Alex, 7/10. Looks like Rasen had a little bit of a slow sector there, but is thankfully still going to look at El Rey's going for it in the inside. As he braked on time, he looks quite well coming round. We get a nice angle, makes it stick. Looks like Rasen just had a slow sector and let El Rey just get that 2nd place out of him.
You felt El Rey concocting that for a while now, and he's finally executed it. Up into P2, the only car between him. Contact, though, between him and Rasen. Puts the Red Bull slightly off kilter. Luckily, keeps it in the right direction. Rasen's lost all kind of momentum. SkyZ tries to go down the inside. Defended well from Rasen, though. But that he could ill afford to do that after what was such an intelligent play. Almost throwing it all away. And through the sweeping left-hander, he could be well under pressure now. As he's gone wide. SkyZ surely will get the move with DRS.
Oh, he might get swallowed up here. Look how many cars there are. So packed together. SkyZ gets in front of Razzie. Goes to the left-hand side. Ben gets the teammate Marduk and Meraki. Meraki's just, Razzie's just fallen down the line. That's so unfortunate as Rob as well. He's lost about 4 or 5 spots there. Absolutely crazy. It's insane how tight this is. How are we not having incidents? Look at that. Basically 2 wide, 2 rows there. Everyone falling into shape, thankfully, for that corner. No damage as of yet. Persia in 7th place. El Rey and Alex are gone. Carl, they're gone. This is exactly what they needed. It's now a 2-horse race unless SkyZ and Ben can use DRS around each other and potentially catch up.
Well, that's the curse if we've ever said it. We were saying how smartly they were playing it. TMF Mile virtual safety car. What on earth's happened there? I have no idea, but virtual safety car, Devil Noob's out with no idea what's happened with him. We'll have to maybe find out later on, but they'll be active in the pits, and Alex Gillen is in the pits. Elray, the only one to have stayed out. There is loads of action happening. There's so many cars in for fresh rubber. Matty stayed out in the McLaren. The pit lane ignites into life. Elray and Matty, though, feel like track position is the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out if that's the right play, but I don't know if that's the right play there, because Alex comes out in third place with a tyre change, so, like, I feel it's full safety car. Oh, it's full safety car. Elray and Matty have definitely made the wrong choice here, I do think. Elray has been disqualified from the session. Has he overtaken the safety car? Something has happened there. Patterson has been given a drive-through under... Oh my god, we've had more happen in the safety car than when we were in the race. I genuinely think Elray Guri has overtaken the safety car. He was given 3 seconds at that moment to drop down in speed. He has not done it. And there you go, Carl. That is the end of Elray's race.
My jaw is on the floor. Elray was in possibly the prime position. It's all unraveled in the space of about 15 seconds. The safety car comes out. He then overtakes the safety car, and that's the end of proceedings. Unbelievable. And that means we have a new race leader. Hello, Matty. Welcome to the lead.
I just love this. That's great.
You just cannot write stuff like this, can you?
No, you can't. You know, I nearly done this last week in the game as well. Sometimes the safety car just sneaks up on you. And look, the game, I would love it to give you more than 3 seconds, but for content, here we go. I would love to see a clip of that later. But yeah, Matty D, right in the leads. Like, is this the right play? He's 11 lap old hards. Like, I know they're hards, but 11 laps. He's got Alex, Sky Z, TMN, Marduk, Meraki, all on fresh tyres. I don't know, Carl. You think this is the right play?
Well, we said about Safso's slightly older tyres actually held position really well until that spin, which is just gut-wrenching. But, I mean, if 2 laps, it was sort of an ordeal. 11 is curtains. 11 lap older hards is curtains, realistically. I mean, he's got a tall order in order to keep any of those drivers behind. Significantly fresher rubber. Interestingly, looking down now, well, of course, the soft runners have already used the mediums. They don't feel like they need to use the hards. Skyzy, though, has used 2 sets of mediums, potentially going hards to the end of the race. Rob also could be in that particular predicament, as is that guy Vince, as is Nogueira. There is every chance now we really see contra strategies, alternate strategies. We can all see it come to the forefront now.
Yeah, 100%. And in Fratic, just slowly. Like, it's a good day for Ferrari. Honestly, they've been doing some good work today. Both teammate Marduk and in Fratic. So that'll be doing very well for the constructors. Like, that's great. Like, I love this. So Rob as well, he's been maintaining good space. Tom as well, he's now into the soft tyres, so he's thinking of that's the next stage in his plan of his almost last to first. I think he actually started in 17th. So like that's him up like 8 spots. So like I feel like Tom right now has been a slow contender for driver of the day. If he can just keep this up, potentially get a podium, like that would be a great showing for Tom with a B. And yeah. So let's kind of just let this safety car go. I'm guessing it'll be a lap or so. Chesnoy, Patterson, Safso, Curbs. They really need this. Poor Curbs. He showed great pace in the sprint race, Carl, but in the feature race, he seemed to be struggling a little bit.
He has indeed. It's just not gone his way so far, has it? I'm surprised Patterson hasn't come into the pits either. He had an opportunity to do so at the end of the last lap, but not to be. He is staying out for the time being. Safety car is in this lap. Okay then, we are back racing once again, almost at the halfway stage of this Miami Grand Prix in the Creator Series. And Matty, I salute you, sir, but this could get quite ugly.
Yeah, as we'll see, he needs to have the perfect reaction here. But is it going to be during the apex this corner, or is it going to be like Alex, who done it a little bit later? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't really want to be in Matty's position right now. These tyres are old. It looks like he's just kind of went for it through the apex of the corner, but look, Alex is just not even batted an eyelid. He is already slowly staring down, but you can see Matty's obviously using his power. He's getting as far ahead as he can. Half a second. He's kept it. Let's keep on to this cool broadcast mode. See Alex already sticking with him. They have dropped Skizy slightly. He's going to have to watch for the next few corners, make sure he doesn't lose out. But yeah, actually, yeah, no, Matty's done quite well here. But yes, in the next few laps, we do imagine the tyres to drop off a little bit. Everyone's staying in formation. Tom very close to the back of Persia. Alex very close to the back of Matty. Will he be able to make a move on this first straight? If I was him, I would get this move done ASAP. You do not want to be stuck behind a driver with 12-lap old tyres, do you, Carl?
Quite right, and look at this, Alex Gillen wasting absolutely no time at all, fresh mediums, and, well, that's the result of having 11-lap older tyres for Matty in his case. Easily, Alex Gillen blazes through into P1, and now he's got to try and make as much of a gap as possible. No overtaking opportunities into this section. He's got to absolutely fly away and make sure that he puts a bridge between himself, Skyzy, Tiamat Marduk, and a bunch of others behind.
Definitely. Will Matty hope be able to slow any of these runners? It looks like Skyzy's thinking the same thing. He's doing the outside line. He's just showing that pace, showing that he doesn't need that inside line, but it looks like he might have actually needed that inside line. Matty's still in front. Alex Gillen needs to move. He has about half a lap to get out of that DRS because Matty's slowing down the whole pack now, and look, Alex is nearly 9/10 ahead. Look, going on the outside. Skyzy's like, no, this will not go anymore. Gets the move done, but that McLaren is not giving up yet. We'll have to concede, unfortunately, but now it's Tiamat Marduk's problem to get in front of him and get that podium spot as he's moving. Gets it done. Very nice. Sadly, Matty just falling down the order.
That's exactly what Tiamat Marduk needed to do. Great opportunism from the Ferrari man. And Alex Gillen already breaking a second, as you can see. So the two championship protagonists go head-to-head. Matty's going to have the sinking feeling. He's plummeting down the order. But Tiamat Marduk and Skyzy's quarrel is not yet even close to settled as Meraki breezes through into P4.
Definitely, and Tom is moving up the order. I love to see it. He's in 7th place at this moment in time. Makes the move, and emphatic Perch again in front of Amy. 13 Gaming as well. This is the time to make moves before we just fall into the DRS train again. But Tom using those soft tyres as Persia gets a 3-second time penalty. The race we're looking at, that could be quite costly.
That's put to the sword, unfortunately, for Persia, I'm pretty sure, although I doubt he'll be the last one to have track limits penalties by the end of this. That guy, Vince, though, has got a great psychological boost. Goodness me, absolutely trounces the Alfa Romeo down the straight. Into P10 he goes. Skyzy and Tiamat Marduk are going to be going at it. Alex has actually extended the gap up at the front. 1.4 seconds, fastest lap of the race. This could get very spicy, Scott.
Yeah, 100%. As race control let us know that DRS is enabled. Alex will be having to thank Matty D for that amazing assistance on the safety car restart. It's let him get 1.3 seconds ahead. He is out of the DRS. That is so big for this race. But Skyzy will have to be pushing, and Skyzy's very fast. Matty D and Fratic in 7th and 8th getting into it as well. Matty D still not giving up at all, but started first, down to 8th and about one or so laps. Not the best showing from him, but Fratic showing the F1 Creator Series that he can be fast too. He had a terrible start to the season. Look at this weight. Tiamat Marduk is now in 2nd place in front of Skyzy. He is on a flyer. We have our 2 championship protagonists here. This is absolutely banging. Who is going to be able to do that? And Tom is in 5th. Carl, what is going on here?
Tom's having the race of his life, started right at the back, and he's absolutely loving it out there at the Miami circuit. Tiamat Marduk up into P2. That is great news for him, but now him and Skyzy, well, they might be very, very close to each other in the championship. Only 1 point separated them at the beginning of this weekend. They now have to kind of work together here, use the DRS in a cunning way in order to get up to the back of Alex Gillen, because that 1.5 second gap, well, how else are they going to close it for the time being? Although Tiamat Marduk with a good exit. Don't ever count him out. He knows when to turn on the pace. Well, there you go. It writes itself, doesn't it? Fastest lap of the race for him.
Yeah, definitely. Good thing about Tiamat Marduk, he's on the mediums, right? Skizy was on hard, so struggling to catch up to Alex Gillen that's on those fresh mediums. So, if anything, this might actually be a really, like, big brain thing from Skizy. He's like, I'm not fighting Tiamat Marduk. I'm going to let him drag me back to Alex Gillen's DRS because those hard tires are difficult in the first few laps. They're obviously slower than the mediums. They take 4, 5, even sometimes 6 laps to kind of feel comfortable in them.
Quite right too. I'm looking further down the order. Matty, well, was at the front. It's not gone great, I'll be honest with you. He's down in P14 now. Safzo's the next hungry shark to sniff blood in the water. And it could be a gazumping, for lack of a better term. Down the DRS straight. He's going to waste no time at all, just as everyone else has done. Down the inside, dives Safzo into P14 he goes. Currently, Matty occupies P15, but for how much longer? Curbs is snapping at his heels.
Yeah, that's... Honestly, like, I knew it wasn't going to go that well for him, but it's actually hard to watch him go from 1st to 15th in 2 laps. That is ridiculous. It just goes to show the pace of this lobby. Like, unlucky, Matty, you tried a strategy. It's obviously not worked. Rob staying in 6th place as well. This is we've had a break, right? So the top, like, you've got Alex Gillen, he's off, right? Then you've got a little bunch of Tiamat Marduk, Skyzy, and Meraki. Then Tom is 2 seconds behind that. Now, Tom has made massive moves, but in order to really, really go for it, him and Rob, and even Infratic to an extent, need to work together and try and get back into that DRS. It's the only chance.
You will all have seen, actually, I was wondering and why Tom was moving up so quickly. You would have all seen soft tyres strapped to the Alpine. That's the reason why he's been absolutely rapid, but you have to make the moves. You have to be in the right place at the right time, and credit to him, now up into P5, trying to give chase to Meraki, but how long can those soft tyres really last? We did see at the beginning of the race, with the help of the DRS train, you can keep those harder compounds at bay, but without that DRS, who knows what the story could be here.
Yep, definitely. And as we've literally just watched, that Tom has dropped about half a second to Meraki at this stage, so he's going to have to be really fighting that. Tiamat Marduk fighting. We have our top 3 of Alex Gillen, Tiamat Marduk, and Skyzy. They have been some of our fastest drivers. They have been some of our most contentious drivers. Let's look at Tiamat Marduk's speed. He's done it. He broke the DRS. He broke it. He's already flying down. If I'm Alex Gillen, I'm worried. Guys, we have Tiamat Marduk and Alex Gillen about to start fighting. Will everyone get out safely, or are we about to see a moment, Carl?
Hold on for dear life, everybody. This could get very interesting. Credit to Tiamat as he sets now a 1:29 lap time as the fastest lap of the race. He is absolutely on it like a car bonnet. He is flying out there. And I tell you what, that Mickey Mouse section from him was heaven sent. What a section. Gave absolutely no quarter on each of the curbs. No stone left unturned. Well within DRS range. And almost outside of a second of Skyzy now.
Yeah, that's the very interesting part, right? If Skyzy might be lucky, just grab it, but if he doesn't get a really fast lap from here to the next time they're here, then I've got a funny feeling he's going to lose out. But Tiamat Marduk really pushing it. Is he going to be happy to just stay behind Alex, or is he going to be trying to make the move? Oh, look at that, Skyzy. Even, I think he got the DRS and he still lost it out. Those tyres just not coming through like he would have wanted to. And Tiamat Marduk's on the back. He's almost pushing Alex Gillen along through this sector. Hopefully no moves to be made here, but this is going to be really interesting come this DRS sector. Carl, let's see what happens.
DRS will be active. Let's hope these two keep it clean. Really, I think they should be smart about this. Once again, they should use each other's DRS mules to get away from Skyzy for the time being. In the context of Tiamat Marduk's championship charge, that's exactly what he'll want. Darting to the inside, easily breezes past Alex Gillen. Tell you what, the move was probably academic, but he gave it some flair for an extra set of points from the crowd. Skyzy and Meraki fighting though. Look at this. Meraki's not letting Skyzy have it all his own way. Through goes Meraki into P3, and that's really put the cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah, that was almost an audacious send by Meraki, but they made it out, and he's gained the place, so, like, fair play. Skyzy just giving him enough space to make sure he gets his foot down coming out of that corner exit. Thankfully, was able to get the speed. and kept within DRS of Alex. So now we're up. Now it's all Alex Gillen's job, right? He needs to decide that does he want to stay behind Tiamat Marduk, or do they want to just keep rotating and rotating because Meraki is on some decent paces. But I really can't decide who's going to win this. I feel like everyone up here is very fast. Oh.
Well, my prediction would be Alex Gillen gets back past Tiamat Marduk. This is what they kind of need to do. Work together, use themselves as the DRS carriage. Turns into a 4-car DRS carriage for the time being, but as long as those two can work it out, for the context of Tiamat Marduk's championship challenge, this is a perfect scenario. He's got daylight and a car between himself and Skyzy, and, well, I'll tell you what, you might have given Meraki a qualifying curse. I don't know what it is, Scott, but in the race, he's been absolutely on fire, and now challenging for podium positions, nay, could even challenge for the win.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm correct, this is where he qualified as well in third, so he's been able to get back up there as we have a yellow flag at the back. That might be, I'm not too sure. It's a safety car. Something's happened. Something bad has happened at the back. We'll figure out what it is in a second. I've not really seen anyone changing to protect. It might be Patterson at the back. I'm not too sure. We will figure that out. But we have a lap 33 safety car. This is really interesting now. Did you know who this is really, really good for? Tom. He was lacking the pace. Those soft tires were dead. So he needs to get into the pits, get a new set of tires on, as we've seen him doing, and actually dropping all the way down. Not a lot of people coming into pit there. Not too sure what happened, but judging by how far Patterson is, I think it maybe just a bit of debris on the track has caused this, but definitely nothing massive to view, but this will be massive in terms of strategy.
Quite right. Tom has a miracle, quite frankly. Soft tyres that were pretty much, well, second hand, not even the right word, probably fourth hand at that point, but he gets the golden opportunity to change up those tyres, rejoins in P12, and if he keeps progressing like he has done, look at that, most stops of anyone is Tom. 4 stops so far this race, but now, crucially, on fresh mediums. The first car to have fresh tyres is the Alpine man. Could get spicy again, I tell you what.
Yeah, very interesting. I would have thought maybe more people would have came into the pits, but, you know, they're on mediums and hards that are 9 laps old. Yeah, again, like, this race is really giving these drivers some difficult decisions. That's a difficult decision, right? Do you go into the pits with 9 and 10 lap old sort of mediums or hards and get something fresher on that potentially could get to the end? You know, like a set of hard tires, could they potentially end at this point? I'm not too sure. It came out really late for the top 4, and they don't... Okay, so I'm just getting fed information that they might have not had a choice. So we'll see, Carl, if they come in and pit this lap.
I doubt they will. I think they want to keep track position more than anything else. I was just going to say, those 4 completely had missed the pit lane by the time the safety car came out. They had no choice at all in terms of whether they could make that strategic switch. It just wasn't to be for any of them. There was a little bit of a kerfuffle. Oh, Tiamat Marduk's in. Okay, I did not expect that. I thought certainly they keep track position. Tiamat Marduk, though, coming in for a fresh set of tyres. Well, that's turned things upside down. My goodness me. In he comes. And also Chesnoid and, looks like Curbs and Dave Gaming, both coming in again for fresh rubber. But Tiamat Marduk was right in front, now has himself in P14. Is that the right decision?
It looks like he's maybe just trying to go to the end of this race, and which I do think is possible, especially a driver of his caliber. I think he can definitely get to the end of this race. I think he's taken a punt at the idea that there's maybe not going to be another safety car. If that's the case and he actually does get through, this might be really valuable because this it's a long safety car, right? It's a long safety car. So if you can it's a long pit stop. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you can not do that, that might be really valuable. We've seen it time and time again that sometimes that older tire that doesn't pit actually is too far away. But, you know, you've taken a hit on track position, 14th. You know, it's very hard to get back up there, you know. If people aren't pitting quickly, if there's slower cars than you, it's very easy to get damage. He's already got up once safely. Will he get up twice safely? That could be quite questionable.
It could be indeed, although, unlike Singapore last week, there are at least a few more opportunities to really get through and do the best, well, that he can for the rest of his race. But, well, that's quite a tricky one for Tiamat Marduk. We're going to have to wait and see. Like you say, a driver of his caliber, I see no reason at all why he can't surge up and regain the positions up at the front. But equally, if he gets caught up in battles, that midfield scuffle, it could just have taken him out of contention here. There's so much to play for.
Definitely, and we'll be going to the clip book in a short minute and just make sure that we can get you some replays of what's happened during this safety car. Very, very interesting race so far. Lap 34, Carl, you let me know when we're ready to go, and I will bring us in. it's you, Rob, right? Bring us in, let's do it, mate.
Muted. Now I'm unmuted. Hello everyone, Discount Gareth Allen here with one clip. We are going to be light on clips from here on in. Obviously, Gareth, I hope everything's okay. All I've got is El Rey overtaking the safety car just because quite a few people won't have seen it. I think he realised just what a mistake he had made by not coming into the pits, then tried to give the place back, got caught up on the curb and spun out. So yeah, just really, really unfortunate. Head immediately down. He realised just what the mistake was. You know, here he goes. Let's sneak it up the inside on the safety car, see what happens. Gets the warning, gets on this sort of slippery stuff, and then it's just the head down in the corner. You know, you got to feel for him. You've got to feel for him, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but like, what have we just watched? That's great, Carl, isn't it?
That's bonkers. This is why you don't play chicken with the safety car, because it does not suffer fools lightly. Does Bernd Mailander? He really does not. Back to, well, that was a catalogue of errors, my goodness me. Thank you, Rob, for that clip. That is just absolutely brighten the mood in the commentary box, because I just cannot believe what I've just seen. However, up at the front, Alex Gillen does have the lead of the race for the time being. It's all a procession currently. Meraki in P2. What a race he's having again. You've got to say, Meraki's having an absolute stormer out there in Miami.
Yeah, definitely. Our very own Discount Gareth Allen bringing us the clips that we want to see. What a legend. Stepping in for our wonderful Gareth. Race control tells us that the safety car is in this lap. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been enjoying this race, make sure that you follow and like all of our content across many, many platforms, and also get involved. Hashtag F1 Creator Series. As we have Alex Gillen slowing that pack down. We can see just how slow he's going. This is not a safety car restart you want to be in the mid-pack for. He is going so slow, and he's almost just went early. He has went so early. He went very late for the last one. Is this the play? Almost looking like it was not the play because Meraki's staying very close to the back of him, but we will see coming into turn 1 and turn 2. No changes as of yet. Obviously not allowed until the lap starts. We commencing onto lap 36. Alex Gillen in lead, only 3/10 behind is Meraki. Can't seem to make a move yet. There are no moves being made. Everyone's staying in formation. A very nice start so far. Coming in to the middle of Sector 1. These S's is where it can all go right or all go wrong. You can lose a lot of time here if you don't get the angle right. But Alex Gillen, he's certainly got the safety car restart done, but he's not got the jump that he would have wanted.
Quite right, he's not out of the woods yet, as Tom seems to be on the move. He is indeed. Him versus his teammate Savso. Don't make contact, lads. That's the last thing you need to do. And there's a whole gaggle of cars down the straight. Tom has P9, but Nogueira's now up into P10. Could size up a little move on the Alpine driver. There's 5 cars going hammer and tong. Nogueira's down the inside. Tom cuts across, slices off Safso's avenue. It means Matty and the McLaren's down the inside. All kinds of tussling for position as they head through the Mickey Mouse section. Nogueira ends up in P10. He's on the soft tyres, actually. Bit more purchase, but a time penalty for Nogueira. Too much liberty with the track limits, and that is what can happen. But Tom in P10 thought he got the job done. At least he made the job on one car, but another car came steaming through to offer him that invitation. I'm just keeping an eye on Team Marduk's progress, not hounding this group for the time being, but he could well make up the position soon. We shall soon see.
Love it as Amy13 Gaming getting into 5th place as well, getting the jump on Rob. But yeah, Tom doing very well. Safso deciding to stay out. He actually has older tyres, so he's going to be a bit of a pain for Persia and Matty and Tiamat Marduk behind, because he's a very good defender and he's going to be on those tyres. Oh, look how close that was to the wall. Nogueira getting that overtake done. Tom getting that overtake done. Vince losing 2 spots there. That was just sheer commitment. Nogueira was all the way around that outside, and he must have been inches away from the wall there.
The Miami momentum is not with that guy Vince at all. You're quite right though. Absolutely. To the last, he left no space at all between him and, well, potential death in this race. But Tom then, on the move and on the rampage, Nogueira has that penalty looming over him, but he's been able to make good progress as well. Trains developing once again here. 7-car train up at the front. Alex Gillen leads them for the time being, but there's still loads that can happen. 20 laps to go here in Miami.
Yeah, and Fratic needs to watch. He's right up the top, and he nearly lost to DRS there as well. Good to see him up in 4th place, as we have a yellow flag again. It looks to be Patterson at the end has had a moment. He's stopped on track. Don't think it's going to be a safety car. Green flags have came back on. That will not cause us any more safety carness. But yeah, yellow flags just at that final sector. As Nogueira continues the move up into 7th place now. This man is on a mission. DRS enabled. He was able to do all that without it, as Tom moving up into 8th place. This man is having such a good race, and I love to see it. He started all the way back in 17th, working his way up to 8th place, and seems to be just a matter of time before he gets at least all the way up into 5th, 4th place, and maybe even can fight a bit higher towards the end of the race.
Wow, what a race from Tom so far. One AlphaTauri gets displaced at the beginning of the previous lap, cut to the start of the next lap, and the other one's been displaced as well. It's the AlphaTauris have dropped like a stone, but now Racing Chai's being displaced. Nogueira gets past. Tom will surely have him as easy pickings, but Racing will not give this up. We know he can try and go for those moves, as round the outside, tries the Aston Martin. He tries and he tries, but it's not enough. The fresher rubber that Nogueira has and a softer rubber keeps him ahead. Into P6 he goes. Tom now is all over the Aston Martin.
Definitely, and Tom will be feeling confident. Razin is a type of driver that will always fight you fast and to the inch, but he will always give you the space if he can. So we'll be looking forward towards a good fight there. What we need to do is just focus on Nogueira. Like, how fast has this man been for since, yeah, he's a fast driver, and we've said him a couple of times, but since this restart, he's just absolutely flying up. He is on the soft tires, of course, so he will have to come in and pit, but he's making the best. But look, all of these drivers up the top, they have much older tires. I'm looking at Tom on those 6-lap-old mediums. Like, they're going to go far. It's only a matter of time as he gets in front of Razin into 7th place. Tom is absolutely nailing it. Love to see. Wish we could see something similar from people down at the back as well. My heart's going out to Piers, who's not really making too much of a move as well. Curbs kind of getting caught at the back a little bit, but Alex Gillen and Meraki just seem happy enough being in this first. Patterson's retired. It's just not been his day. It's in the pits. We will not get a safety car, but it's just not been his day. We extend our sympathies to Patterson, but you'll get them next time, mate. Right, Meraki going around the outside, using that DRS, gets the lead of this race, gets into 1st place. If I'm correct, this is the first time he has been in the lead of the race this day. Razin gets the jump of Infratic, but Infratic's not letting it go at the same time. They're very close to fighting, but it looks like Infratic will get that. Just for now, Razin, 8th place. Tom, 6th place. Needs a lap or two to get back up to EME 13 gaming to potentially make a move there. But if I'm Tom, I'm thinking that nothing's going to stop me now. Absolutely nothing, because Nogueira has that 3-second time penalty. So, we're looking at some great moves here. And Razin getting in front of Infratic. Nothing Infratic could do. As we have Carl back. Carl, let us know what you're thinking. Is Infratic in a good position or not? As we'll come back to Carl in a slight second. Infratic, 8th place, 0.2 of a second behind Razin. Tom getting into a fight for 5th place. Can he keep it going? Can he keep it going? Tom needs to do everything he can because he's having such a great momentous race. He needs to make every move count at this time. Carl, what are we thinking?
Hello, I've returned, everybody. Infratic is in a decent position. Kudos to Racing, though. Like I was saying, did remake the pass and keeping within DRS range of Tom. And surely that Red Bull is easy pickings for the Alpine driver. Look at that. It's absolutely no contest whatsoever. Rear wing flap wide open. The Alpine driver flies past. There's no doubt about it. Fight all you want, but resistance is futile. Tom into P5, having started from pretty much the back of the grid. Now running in the top 5 is absolutely phenomenal stuff. Infratic, though, is still fighting away, this time with Rob. Him and the AlphaTauri go side by side through the Mickey Mouse section. Nogueira's right under the diffuser of Skyzy. Look at this. Ferrari down the inside of the Alpha Tauri. It's just a matter of getting a good exit. Rob has done that, but he'll be exposed to the DRS. And look who's at the back of the train. It's Tiamat Marduk.
Definitely, but he is 100% getting slowed down by all this fighting and nearly 3 wide. Are they going to actually stick? No. Rob comes in, decides he doesn't want to make that 3 wide, gets a little bit of touch from Tiamat Marduk to Rob. Didn't actually cause anything, but that was how close we are talking about. And Fratic having a little bit of a bad time. Meraki takes the lead of the race again, but we're looking at Tiamat Marduk going down that inside line. Can he get it stopped enough? He actually gets in front of 2 drivers in 1 corner. Absolutely incredible move.
That is wonderful from Tiamat Marduk. A man on a charge, a championship charge, and the charge here in Miami. Electricity is flowing through his veins. I mean, that is absolutely wonderful from him. Next car up the road is Persia. Meraki now leads the race. Alex Gillen with a bit of DRS at his disposal. It's going to be much the same as what we saw before. But now, look at this. Tom is now part of the lead train. Alex Gillen takes the lead, but Tom, on that fresh rubber, now joins proceedings for the potential win of the race.
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible. Gareth at the start of the stream said, you know what, Scott, as long as you pick one of the full-time drivers, I can choose the driver of the day. And right now, it might be Tom because he's having a flyer. We will decide that more at lap 55, 56, but we will see. This has just been a great race. Tom is absolutely just showing you that if you make the right calls at the right time, you can just fly through this grid. He should be so proud of it, but not taking anything away from Alex Gillen, Sky Z, Meraki, because they've been up here for quite a while. Noguera as well will be so happy to be up here, but does have that 3-second penalties. As we can see, not many people are getting 3-second penalties. I think it's quite costly, but Sky Z almost making the move. Yeah, goes to the inside, gets it done. I don't think Alex will be fighting this at all. Will just not want to be slowed down. Does indeed back off a little bit. Let Sky Z take the lead of the race. We have a 5-car DRS train for the win, and we have about 16 laps left. This is awesome.
What a display here at Miami. As Tiamat Marduk's past Racing, into P8 he goes. Him and Persia, I think, both got past Racing. And now, the man second place in the championship has another score to settle with Persia. DRS will be open for the prancing horse. Can he gallop his way through? That is the question. We'll have the answer very soon.
Yep, definitely. It definitely wasn't. Oh, it's like we're getting so close. Emi 13 loses a couple of spots. Tom and Noguera in a fight as well. Teammate Marduk getting into the inside of that Red Bull, but will get forced to the outside of this corner. Does he have enough pace? The Red Bull sliding about there. The Aston Martin maybe making a move as well. Teammate Marduk into 7th place. Tom and Noguera have been fighting so hard there as well that everything's kind of just catching up, and we have the top 3 have gotten away from Noguera, Tom, who have now been caught up by Persia and Tiamat Marduk. This is absolutely crazy. Right, Tom into 4th place. Sky Z and Alex Gillen fighting for the lead of the race. There's almost too many things happening. The Alfa Romeo getting very close to the Mercedes, but just enough time. Noguera dropping back into 6th place. Persia getting in front. Where's Persia came from? He's now in the top 5. I'm actually losing sight. Alex Gillen and Sky Z still fighting for the lead. What is going on here? There's so many things happening, Carl.
Finally, this race is cooking up. It might have been a slow burner to start with, but now the pot really is at a boil. SkyZ hanging it round the outside, trying to have the inside for the next part. He does keep it, but there will be DRS at the disposal of Alex Gillen and the 2 other cars behind. Tiamat Marduk is now in P6, everybody. And can I just say, Tom is a good contender for driver of the day. If you're going to vote anyone driver of the day right now, in my opinion, it's got to be this man. Made the ballsy call to drop himself to the back. He's up into P5, and with 14 laps to go on fresher tyres, the ball is right in his court.
100%. SkyZ into 2nd place as Alex does make the move. Meraki getting into the inside, going on to the outside. Will he commit? Will he push him? He's not. He's decided to just step back in and behind that Alfa Romeo and just think about making a DRS move. That is what you need to do, because the train is just getting longer and longer. Look at this. It goes all the way down to 11th place. Dave Gaiman nearly has just lost out a little bit. This is actually mad. We have too many laps left for people to be this close together without potentially something happening. Has Tiamat Marduk made the right move, or will these guys on the older tyres in front be able to keep him at bay? It's going to be very interesting. I imagine no one up the top will want to pit again.
Probably not, and they have to be very, very smart about this now. Tiamat Marduk with significantly fresher rubber. Tom, though, is not waiting around. Down the inside of Meraki, started near the back, into the podium positions. I tell you what, yes, he is. Fantastic from Tom. But now, Meraki has the job of keeping the Ferrari of Tiamat Marduk behind. Thought he had a little cut through and switch back into that right-hander, which is entirely possible. But now he's been brought right into play. Might try the inside line here at the left-hander. He's giving it a go and almost makes it pay off, but he's just displaced Meraki a bit from the slipstream. Very, very clever. And now with DRS wide open, but he's out of battery, so maybe not as smart as we might have first thought, but slipstream, Meraki doesn't have as much of it. Tiamat Marduk trying to twist one way, then the other, down the inside. Big send. That was very, very circumspect on the weaving front, but Tiamat Marduk does make the pass on Meraki through into P4. Alex Gillen and Tom going side by side briefly. My goodness me, it really is spicing up here in Miami.
And Tom is in the podium. Oh my god, this is actually just banging. He has nailed it, and he has much fresher tyres. The front guys that didn't pit, their tyres are roughly about 20-21 laps old, if I remember correctly. That is 100% at the drop-off threshold, right? The percentage of tyre wear will be making these cars more, like, look at that, 20 laps. The hards won't be as bad, but Alex Gillen on those 20 lap softs, Meraki on those 20 laps, mediums, I mean, that's rough. Whereas Tom and Tiamat Marduk, 12 and 11 laps. Look at Tom. He's going on the outside. Oh, he's almost outbraked himself. I don't know if there was contact there, but that would have been really, really close. I feel like he might have just slowed it down just enough, but keeping in third place. Tom knows he has to do this now. He's done it. What a place to overtake. Tom into second place. Started 17th right now in second place, about to potentially make a move for the lead, Carl.
My goodness me, it's so, so close. Tom, though, kudos to him. Started near the back. I've already repeated it a million times. It's like I'm a broken record, but he genuinely has done a sterling job. And Tiamat Marduk now has a big chance on Alex Gillen, so Tom might take the lead. Tiamat Marduk might try for P3. He does have limited battery, though, at his disposal. Tom is into the lead of the race. That is quite unbelievable. Switch back from Tiamat Marduk. Skyzy was compromised. Can he hold it round the outside? He's trying it against his championship rival. Down the inside. Don't make contact, lads. They just about keep it together. There's nothing to separate these two. A bit of argy-bargy through the Mickey Mouse section. Tiamat Marduk will have DRS. He's displaced Skyzy, and it's surely an academic move. Rear wing flap open, Tiamat Marduk into the podium positions. Meraki will regain P4. This is absolutely epic stuff.
That's mad. Skyzy all the way down to 6th place. He was literally leading this race a couple of laps. He's down to 6th place. Tom is in the lead. Noguera fighting still with that 3-second penalty, moving his way up to 6th. Persia's just here, doing great in 5th place. He's just kind of chilling. He's like, you know what, I'm getting good points this race. Love it. Oh my god, I cannot get over. But Tiamat Marduk did lose out in DRS. He needs to try and get back. It's very close. It's going to be a very, very crucial few corners for him. He needs to push. He's done it. 0.9, 0.953, 1.0, 1.1. He might have actually done it. 0.95. I don't even know if he's been able to get the DRS, but that was so close. I think he has just about got it. That might come absolutely crucial towards the end of the race, because if Tom and Alex were able to get away, no, he didn't get it. He didn't get it. He needs to get it. He got it. He's got it apparently, but he's still losing time. He's lost like 2/10 from the two of them. That's mad.
Oh my goodness me, I'll tell you what, Tiamat... I can hardly speak or breathe during this race. This is unbelievable. Three-way for the fight now, but my gosh, Tiamat Marduk has put himself in prime position. There is no doubt about that at all. Meraki hanging on to the coattails. Noguera going for a move further behind, or he's being displaced, but he has another time penalty for corner cutting. I'm not sure if he's still on those softs, but if you are, Sunshine, get off them, because they're going to be so second-hand. Skyzy is dropping away from this fight gradually. He is outside of a second. The championship leader's being overtaken by the McLaren. And I can't believe this. Skyzy is putting himself well out of range of Tiamat Marduk. This is the golden opportunity. The golden goose has borne much fruit. It's not really how geese work, but I don't care. Tiamat Marduk is right in the running here.
Yeah, incredible. And what we've also seen is Meraki realizes strategy just does not work anymore. Drops back, gets, I'm guessing, going on to some soft tires. Razin coming in with the fastest lap, 1:29.5. Teammate Mards again, third place with DRS. Can we also just point out Matty D for a second? Earlier in this race, we watched him go from 1st to 14th in about 2.5 laps. He has clawed his way back, and he is in 5th place. This is a great showing for his playoff spots. This could be the points that make the difference, but he's got one of the championship leader contenders right behind him, thinking that every point means everything. What can he do? Gets displaced for now. Will he be able to keep it on the inside? No, a little bit of contact, but does slow it down just in time and might need to just give up this position as he does.
Yep, good stuff there. Academic move from Skyzy, but look how far back he's dropped off his teammate, and look how far back consequently he is from the top 3. 2 seconds. Basically, Skyzy's got 3.5 seconds between himself and the top 3 battle, who all the while are going to be using that DRS to just get away little by little, bit by bit. Alex Gillen not going for the move. Tom's put himself slightly wide, though. Sort of defended fresh air. I don't think Alex was trying to go for the move initially, but, well, we also got to remember, Alex fighting effectively with one arm tied behind his back. He's got significantly older tyres on his wagon, and well, he's in a newer tyre sandwich. This could get gruesome for him.
Yeah, definitely, but Alex did understand that this was the strategy he had, and he had to keep going, because the worst thing he could do is what Meraki done, which was pit. I'm guessing he maybe had damage or something. Like, I don't know why. Maybe he's just going for the fastest lap point, but he could have definitely got some good points and might would have lost a few spots. As Alex might lose a couple of spots, but he'll at least be up the top. But yeah, 24 lap tire, old tires, I think he's at the minute. Sadly for Noguera's kind of just ruined his race a little bit with the 6 seconds of penalties. Unfortunate. But yes, it's all about these top 3. Look at Alex on that outside line. There's like a 1/10 or 2 of a second between all 3 of them. As the Ferrari, and there's a little bit of touch. The Alpine of Tom does stop and block the Ferrari, but no, he's not going for it. He's not going for it. He's went for it. He did. They get to the wall. That might have been damage. As Alex Gillen and teammate Marta coming together again. No contact, but wow, that was so close, Carl.
That was incredibly close, my goodness me. The camera angles never quite do it justice in terms of whether they actually made contact or not. Luckily for them, both unscathed. And they've got to really stop this hustling and harrying of one another. They've got to work together now. Persia is bringing himself back into this battle. Skyzy, though. Skyzy, my goodness me, is dropping down again. The McLaren man of Matty up into P5 once again. And I do apologise, I meant to say that Ben didn't hit the wall. They did, in fact, make contact. I mean, when you're trying to overtake through that section, it's pretty much a given. Skyzy's gone wide. Noguera's surely going to try and go for a move. Use the momentum! A spin for Curbs, though! Curbs in the wall!
It's a safety car. It must be. It must be a safety car, as all the guards have had to slow down. And not showing yet at this minute. It is indeed a safe. Is it a safety car? There's no safety car. What is happening? It's like one part was telling me it wasn't. Now there's a safety car. Oh my God. We are talking about this safety car getting unleashed at roughly about, this is essentially a 5-lap open lobby now. This is it. This is everyone's just going to go for this. Who's going to pit? Who's not going to pit? I want to pit. I want soft tires. What is actually happening?
Sorry, am I watching real life, or is the FIA... well, acting very lifelike in terms of being very, very slow with their decision-making? That seemed like an eternity after Curbs had the initial spin, almost came careering across the track and took someone else out as well. That could have been a whole lot more gruesome, but we do have a safety car, like you say, Scott, a 5-lap open lobby, effectively, to the end of this race. Now, do the top guys pit? I suspect they will. Meraki's come in. He'll catch up to the back of this train, and on much, much fresher tyres. We've seen it pay dividends before. So, do they make the call?
They have to. They have to, because Matty lost like 14 spots and 2, and Tom goes in. Alex, Ben, everyone in. Okay, this is it. This is legit. We might have one driver or 2 that decide to just kind of stay out and maybe take the lead, but like, this is it. This is just going to be a straight up race of pace. Every tyre is going to be fine. Every single person, it looks like, is coming into the pits. This is great. Alex, Tom's obviously keeping in the lead. Razin has stayed out. Look at him fly up already into the top podiums, but at what cost? We've seen Matty D lose. Oh, and there's almost fighting towards. Oh, that was so close. Look at that. Razin just gets in front of Ben, who doesn't want to let it go at all. They all have to slow down and let the game figure out who is actually in front of who. It looks like Ben Daly might. No, Razin actually keeps the third place. You know how sometimes the game can give it away. Looks like Razin keeps third. That was close.
That was very, very close indeed. But crucially for Razin, we do have to remember he pit significantly earlier. He's got 5 lap older softs. So already they'll be feeling the heat. Tom's been put on old mediums, unbelievably.
No.
What that's he's been properly rogered by the game. He's been jeffed. There's no better term here. He has been completely jeffed. Tom, who started near the back of the grid, it was 7th heaven throughout most of this race, now has it all to do, and then some, 11-lap-old mediums. That is devastating for him.
Oh, I need to know if that was a mistake or if he just had ran out of tyres, you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows what's happened there, but I imagine he didn't choose that consciously. You would have thought even older softs would have been a better play than older mediums, but you got to remember, Tom's been on different strategies for this whole race, so he just might not have had any softs left. Like, who knows? We'll find out. But, oh my God, this, honestly, if Tom can pull this off, which I don't know if is going to happen, we're just gonna have to see what's happening. But this is a gift for Alex, and especially teammate Marduk. I do think Razin has a lot of pace, but he is on older soft tires, and that is in itself going to be very difficult. It is not intentional. He has came under a very, very unfortunate issue. Our commiserations to Tom, but hey, he has some laps left. If he can defend like a lion, and Alex, Razin, teammate Marduk, Meraki, and Rob can all kind of fight it out, then look, I've seen stranger things happen.
Indeed, indeed. I was going to say as well, as we now have learned that it wasn't intentional, I'd be surprised if Tom didn't have softs, because he retired straight after his Inters pole attempt in qualifying. Should have given him at least, 2 or 3 sets of softs for the race, but not to be. Apparently, Jeff has done his jeffing, and so here we are behind the safety car. And if you thought Matty's predicament was quite bad earlier on in this race, Tom's might be even worse.
It's essentially the same. I feel like Matty was on 11 lap old hards maybe, and now it's the mediums, so like it's not going to be much different. Like, this is just a kind of pace thing. Tom has amazing pace though, so maybe he won't drop 14 spots in 2 laps. Like Matty did, but who knows? Like, this is going to be a real test. And Razin, like, this is Razin's time to shine as well. Otherwise, he's going to tumble all the way down the order. But this is going to be a little bit contentious, okay? Because if teammate Marduk gets in front of Razin on the older tyres, which we would expect quite soon after this restart, it's going to be teammate Marduk and Alex Gillen in the last 3-4 laps of a 100% race going at it full style. We've seen this before, and we've seen how it ends sometimes, haven't we?
Oh, yes, we have. Goodness gracious me, have we just. Razin needs to make that Aston Martin pretty much the width of the track now in order to keep his P3. He does have a time penalty looming over his head as well. The dark cloud of the stewards has done its work. Safety car might be in at the end of, and it is in at the end of this lap. This game finishes my sentences for me. It's unbelievable. Teammate Marduk in P4 though. Crucially, in championship context, Geisy in P10.
Yeah, it's definitely, maybe damage was picked up by Skyzy or something. He seems to have just lost all his pace. Tom slowing this pack right down. Once we get into the lap, if we can see the tyres as well, we'll be able to get a better judge of who to properly look out for. But at this minute in time, as we can see, a lot of people are on new tyres, except in Fratic and Rob and Meraki. But it looks like Tom might have just went the tiniest bit. No, he's slowing down. There you go. He's off. Bit of a late safety car. Gets a little bit of a jump on Alex. We did see Matty do that, though, at the restart earlier. But Alex has already got the pace. Teammate Marduk is already in front of Razin, who's lost 2 spots before turn 1 even happened. It is now, and he's lost another spot. Meraki into 4th. Teammate Marduk in 3rd. Alex Gillen about to make the move. He's not going to make the move here. He does. He gets in that inside lane. Gets it done before we even get to the corner. Tom, seeing the disaster happen with the tyres, already loses loses out in the lead. Teammate Marduk now needs to get in front of Tom if he has any chance of catching Alex Gillen. Tom could slow everyone down and make sure that Alex gets off. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Look, Tom's pushing. You can tell that battery's going. Oh, but it's not going to be enough. Those soft tyres off the inside line getting pushed towards an inch. But look at Meraki. He's just taken the both of them while we were focusing. He's went round the outside. Does he have enough to keep it? Looks like there may be a little bit of contact. They're so close to the edge. That is incredible. Meraki and Ben going for it. Teammate Marduk keeps second place. Meraki into third.
Is absolutely wonderful racing from those two. And Tom, well, our commiserations to you, my friend. That's all we can really say. Not like that's gonna be any cream of comfort for your race, but goodness me, the battle between Teammate Marduk and Meraki, my goodness me. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for another time in the Miami Grand Prix, it's the dramatic act of the century. It's Teammate Marduk versus Alex Gillen.
100% with Meraki, with a sprinkling of Meraki in the background who can definitely still win this race as well. Razin and Tom just holding back Rob, Persia and Matty as well, so it looks like it might just be a 3-car race come the next couple of laps, but we are in lap 53 of 57. Teammate Marduk is staying in that DRS. We don't have the DRS yet, but it will be coming very soon. We will at least get a few laps of that. Alex Gillen, Teammate Marduk. Let's see if we can get to the end of this race with both cars intact.
4 laps worth of DRS when they cross the line at the end of this lap. As we see some battling down behind, they're going to just neutralise themselves for a little bit here on the newer tyres. We see that guy Vince overtaking Safso for P12, so nicely done there. But all attention turns to how Teammate Marduk plays this, because, well, I thought it was very eloquently put when you said that there was a sprinkling of Meraki. But I'll tell you what, with the pace he's had in the race at points, there's no reason why he can't go on to be a proper threat in these closing stages. Racing, I must say, despite the age of his soft tyres, doing well to hang on to this train.
Yeah, definitely. If I'm led to believe, Meraki also had slightly older tyres as well. So it is Alex and Ben, Teammate Marduk, that do have those fresher tyres. But Alex Gillen seems to be pushing very much. He did try and break the DRS, but Teammate Marduk staying in there. But I won't, like, it's strategy, right? Do you sort of burn the now to try and break it? Because you look at that, see up like a 0.7, he's very close to breaking it. Setting the fastest lap. It seems like he's pushing. Is Teammate Marduk just waiting until lap 56 to push a bit more? DRS enabled. We're going to have 3-4 laps of this. Safso getting into 11th place as well. Not over for Safso, but good on him. Tom just falling back down. Skyzy getting into that 6th place. Every point matters in this champion lead, but Skyzy will have a worrying time next week at the Mystery GP if it stays like this, because Teammate Marduk is bringing home some good points.
Absolutely. Championship context-wise, this is, well, it's almost a perfect scenario. The cherry on top of the cake would be if he managed to get that win. As Tom, it's devastating for him. Matty behind him would have had the pain train earlier on, but Tom's pain is Matty's gain. As easily with DRS, he blazes through. Teammate Marduk's right on the back of Alex Gillen, almost breaking outside of a second of Meraki, and that could prove crucial for the pair of them. But now it turns into a bit of a mathematical calculation. If you're ahead, I want to make sure that actually you play the mathematical game here, that you are ahead on this penultimate straight, which you are on now. You make sure that you are the one that's getting the overtaking done and not the one that's defending, because it should be an easy avenue into P1, and you can surely hold it for the rest of this race. Teammate Marduk not wasting any time. Down the inside he goes. Lovely academic little move, and through he goes, bit wide. Alex Gillen tries to find a little switchback. This battle far from over, as DRS will belong to the Haas. A Red Bull's out of this race. Tom's out of this race. 2 cars out in the space of a few, well, hundredths of a second, effectively. Skyzy now has the fastest lap. Teammate Marduk keeps the lead of the race. It's all happening. It really is a 5-lap open lobby.
Yeah, it looks like something's happened at the end of that final DRS straight, and we have sadly lost Tom, but look at Teammate Marduk. He's in the lead now. He's going to just try and push it, I think, this lap to try and break it. Will he be able to do that? Already looking at about 6 tenths, 7 tenths coming into this DRS straight. We'll see how valuable it is for Alex Gillen and see how much he can catch up. Started at about 7th tenth. You can see it dropping down slightly to 6 tenths. 5.5 tenths. That's about 2 or 3 tenths he's gained there. So that's kind of about 4/10. That's how much he's gaining in that straight. We'll come back to that in a lap or two and see how that's going to make a difference. M-Sky-Z up into 4th now. We thought he threw everything away. He's definitely not getting the race win, but he's back up to 4th place. He's doing really well. It's just going a bit rough for Razin as well. 3-second time penalty. Not good for him on those older tyres. He's done his best. Emphatic fighting Matty D as well, but picks up a 3-second time penalty. Look, teammate Marduk about 8/10 ahead at that point. I don't think Alex Gillen will be able to make a move, and he's got Meraki to worry about now, who's getting back into... Okay, Meraki's caught back up. Right, this is going to be a 3-horse race for these final 2 laps.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Teammate Marduk will cross the line. Alex Gillen having to defend from Meraki. These 3 had better be careful, though. Sky-Z is nowhere near out of this. If they start fighting, Meraki breaks extremely late. Almost pile drives the diffuser of the Haas car. Keeps his nose clean, though, for the time being, which is good to see. Teammate Marduk looks locked in, though. That first sector on the last lap and the Mickey Mouse section. I don't know how many warnings he has, but any tokens he has left, he's going to be using them up, trying to get as much of a gap as possible. With almost 1.5 laps to go, it's all adding up in his favour, but he's just got to keep it together.
Yeah, 100% onto lap 56 of 57. This has been a thrilling race, an absolutely thrilling race. Driver of the day will have to go to teammate Marduk, even though Alex Gillen does take that overtake. Just the sheer strength that teammate Marduk's had to come through. We would have given it to Tom, but sadly his races just went completely wild. Very, very, very unfortunate for him, but Alex keeping in first for now, teammate Marduk. This is the play, though. I would want to be behind right now. As you said, you want to be overtaking come this final straight. So I think it's a game right now. He just needs to make sure that Meraki doesn't fight him on this final lap, because if teammate Marduk and Meraki fight, then it's Alex Gillen's race.
Exactly. Formula 1, not just about the pace game, it's the psychological warfare at play. Smoke screens billowing up into the air. Almost on the last lap of this Miami Grand Prix. There's a replay of Tom's DNF, which we can go to right now. Here's how his race ended. As you can see, you have the live picture to the left of your screen at the hairpin, and he's absolutely clouted. My goodness me, what on earth's happened there? And you can see Tom's... Well, he's not particularly happy with that one, I'll be honest with you. Look, might have been that guy Vince. Not entirely sure, but, well, I mean, the sarcastic applause tells you all you need to know. There's hardly any time left. Teammate Marduk's done the mathematical calculation. There's 2 hungry snappers behind him, waiting in the wings in case he gets it horribly wrong. Scott, this could be some finish to the race.
Yes, here we go into the DRS straight. We are on a 4-horse train now. M-Sky-Z's been able to catch up with the lead train. Just listen to how unbelievable that is. Only 10 laps ago, he was out. He was in 10th place. There was no chance of him getting decent points. He's made it back in. Razin gets into 5th place as well. But teammate Marduk, it is now or never. Just a few more corners before he has to unleash his full power and see if he can get in front of Alex Gillen. Who's it going to be? Meraki's dropped off a little bit at the worst time possible, but look at that. It's 6/10. I don't think this is enough. Alex Gillen is going to be able to do that. That guy Vince picks up a 3-second time penalty. Alex Gillen, is up to you. If you get these last 2 corners right, you will win the Miami GP F1 Career Series. He's coming round. He's been able to do it. 0.3 of a 10th. Coming into the last corner. Your race winner is Alex Gillen with teammate Marduk coming in 2nd place. Meraki in 3rd, filling out your podium. Carl, what have we just seen? What a race that was.
Unbelievable. Like we said earlier, started off quite slow, but I'll tell you what, didn't it just pick up towards the end? Congratulations to Alex Gillen. He executed that race brilliantly. That's 2 wins on the bounce in the main race, in the Creator Series for the Haas driver. Has done the double now. And that's a heck of a momentum push from Alex Gillen. Teammate Marduk, though, congratulations to him. Made the ballsy calls, and it's paid off. P2 ahead of his championship rival, Meraki. Completes your top 3. We'll go through the race results in a moment. My driver of the day, I don't know about all of you, but has to be teammate Marduk. It has to be. What an incredible display from him.
Yeah, it did. It was up for Tom for a while, but sadly, unfortunately, his race did not end the way he'd wanted it to do. It has to be Ben Daly. What an incredible performance. But also Alex Gillen nailing that race win. Absolutely great. Like, I just love to see that. And Meraki, even though he had those older tires, was able to fight back in for that third. And M-Skyzy, he should be extremely proud of himself. If my graphics are correct, he will pick up the fastest lap point as well for M-Skyzy. Every point matters. That is absolutely incredible. Alex Gillen in first place, teammate Marduk in second, Meraki in third, M-Skyzy fourth, Rob, Unstopped Rob in fifth place, Safso in sixth place, great showing from Safso, Razin in seventh with that penalty, Dave Gaming eighth, Persia in ninth, Matty D in 10th. Unluckily for him, we've seen him all over the leaderboard today from first to last and finishes in 10th. That guy wins in 11th. Chesnoid in 12th. Noguera 13th. Curbs 14th. Unfortunate for him. Unfortunate for Infratic as well in 15th. Tom DNFing at the end. We will get to see more of that throughout the week on social media, I'm sure, in 16th. Emi 13 Gaming 17th. Patterson, bad day for Patterson.
Yeah,
in 18th place, sorry. Apologies. JD in 19th and El Rey in 20th. Carl, that was just incredible.
Oh, wasn't it? Wasn't it just? Honestly. My goodness me. What a race we had here today. I mean, you just, like you say, you can't write this stuff. Only in the Creator Series can you have something that crazy around Miami. Like, goodness me. I mean, it's a testament, really. The whole grid. I feel like the level of the Creator Series as a whole in F1 especially has just stepped up that little bit more this season, and hopefully that race was just evidence to how much.
100%, but we are going to streamline our way through this so that we come off on time for the IRL F1 race. So let's bring Alex Gillen in for an interview, shall we? Let's get it done. Get him in. Alex Gillen, congratulations. What an incredible showing. How do you feel after doing this event?
Sweaty. I'm very warm. No, it was mega. It was absolutely mega. I think I was in the top 2 on track for essentially the entire race. That turned out to be crucial. It was such an oval Miami with all the DRS straights all being split across the lap. It was just DRS trains everywhere. I just had to keep it consistent. Stay somewhere in the front, you know, not burn the battery so you fall through the pack. Just stay up there. Expected the late safety car. There always is one. And we got it, but yeah, oh man, all about ERS, all about just being smart about in that race, but we take it. P1, baby, let's go.
You should be so proud. That was incredible for us to watch. How close was that contact with teammate Marduk going under the very slow bit of the track? That looked like millimeters away from carnage, but you were able to get through that together. Like, talk to me about that moment. Was that a scary moment?
Yeah, it was a bit. I mean, that's just a good example actually of the whole race. It was constantly just trying to make sure I didn't drop down to P3. I mean, P3 is not the end of the world. You can generally sit there, but it's hard to go from P3 to P2, P1. Whereas if you're first and second, you can swap easily. So I was trying to stay top 2 for as long as I possibly could. So yeah, seeing there that I knew Ben was going to be attacking me. I thought Ben would be quicker than Tom, slightly better tyres and hards. It'd be slightly fresher. He probably got a bit more pace as well. So I was like, okay, I need to keep Ben behind here. So I attacked Tom. I didn't want to attack Tom, but I had to because otherwise Ben would have got me. And I was like, right, how do I manage this? Try and stay side by side with Tom long enough that Ben can't attack me. And obviously, inevitably, when me and Tom were side by side in the chicane, I had to back out of it a bit. And then Ben, obviously, you know, went for it in the chicane. Not really overtaking opportunity, but of course, I'm not gonna wave the white flag there. I'm not just gonna back out and let him have it. So had to stay side by side. It almost went very wrong, but yeah, he's got a championship to think about more than me. So I think he made the right decision in the end by backing out that move.
Love it, Carl. What you thinking?
No, Alex, big congratulations, firstly. 2 wins on the bounce now. I mean, the momentum's in your hands, really, isn't it? I mean, you talked about management in that race more than anything else. I mean, especially on some safety cars, where some people opted for the newer tyres and some people didn't. How crucial was it to work together? Because surely the situation would have been extremely difficult to manage.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, working together, it helps. But as long as you can battle as much as you want, as long as you're at the front. Because worst case scenario, you lose yourself a bit of time. The DRS train goes from 7 cars to 9 cars. It doesn't really make a difference to you if you're at the front of it. So you don't have to be that careful battling. Like I said, just try to stay in those top 2 is the most crucial thing. If you can stay in the top 2, it doesn't really matter what you do. Yeah, in terms of all the safety cars and stuff, yeah, it was just classic Creator Series, wasn't it? When the walls are close, there's always plenty of safety cars. Yeah, I mean, it was quite an obvious strategy, I feel like, in the end. It almost went wrong for me. the second to last safety car when I didn't pit and most people did. Ben even pit a lap late actually and still almost got that race win. So, but I think in the end, just before the final safety car, I think the tyres had equalised a little bit and I was back in the fight again, having just about managed to cling onto Tom's DRS. So I think that was a bit more of a working together type situation then. But yeah, other than that, really, it's like I say, just try to stay in the top two. That's what really matters when it's such a DRS train like it is today.
Definitely should be more than proud. Discount Gareth, you get anything to say?
Okay, I'm
he's not
unmuted. Well done, Gareth. Great job. Well done, Gareth. What am I saying? What the hell? Alex, if you're not aware, Gareth had to drop out halfway through the stream and I jumped into the box and I got treated to a race that I otherwise would have missed. So, yeah, thank you, I guess, for such a great race. I look forward to actually doing the desk properly soon and seeing you do it again.
Yeah, it spiced up a bit towards the end, didn't it? I don't know how it looks off board. I suppose it looks interesting because everyone's so close, but on board, as I said, I'm just trying to not make mistakes, stay in the top two. You're not really battling in the DRS train. It's weird. You can be side by side for 4 corners, but you're not really battling. It doesn't really matter who comes out on top. It's a really weird situation. I definitely prefer tracks where the DRS zones are a bit further apart, so it's not quite so much of a DRS train. But hopefully it was still a good one from your guys' point of view. But I mean, at the end there, obviously, all bets were off. It was all just a case of just going absolutely full beans for it. Me and Ben obviously dicing here and there as well. It was yeah, it was a mega race at the end. It was worth the wait.
Fantastic show.
Thank you, Alex. We'll move on if that's okay. We'll move on before the F1 starts in real life. Have a great night and have an incredible race. Take care, mate. Right, let's move on to TMM Marduk. Let's hear what he's got to say. Moving
Difference
on.
in tyres.
Ben Daly, we won't keep you for too long for the F1 to start, but if you could just give us a few thoughts on how that race went. First off, an incredible performance. I think you will be driver of the day for that. But Ben, yeah, please tell us a few words. How was that for you?
In one word, spicy. That was certainly that. We were looking good for a potential race win there, where I boxed for hards under the second last safety car. And I had the tyres on Gillen. I probably had the tyres on Tom as well. And Alex at that phase was defending really hard, went over the limit a few times, pushing me in the barrier, but we had the reset with the safety car. We went again, and I didn't really have the straight line speed to fight with those guys. So I had to burn a lot of battery, and that left me weak, unable to really attack Gillen in the last 2 laps. So that was the difference in the end, but we get the points on Skyzy, and I think I'm back in the championship lead. So I can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, 100% you are. What amazing showing. Skyzy with just a few places behind you. Carl, any words for Ben?
Yes, Ben, listen, I tip my hat off to you. My metaphorical hat, I'm not wearing one, but I tip it off to you. That was an incredible race. Particularly, I think, making that switch to, like you say, in the second to last safety car, the hard tyres. The difference in tyres, particularly when you had tyres that were about 10 laps younger. I mean, I think, really, we can agree the difference just cannot be overstated.
Yeah, the difference was way too much. It's such a shame, the really unfortunate timing of the safety car. We were going right past the pit lane as it happened, and we got trapped in behind the safety car. I thought, oh, do I want to just kind of live with this, or do I cut my losses, or just swallow my pride and go back in the pack and recover? And in the end, boxing for those new tires, even though I lost all those positions, was worth it in the end, because we got back to the front, and I tell you what, I had to be so disciplined with just not getting killed, overtaking all those people. So I'm just happy to be here at the end and come away with the lead again.
100%. Ben, we're going to leave you there so we can get to the F1, but just a massive congratulations for you. You just done an incredible race. You should be really, really proud of yourself and your community as well. You should be extremely proud of you. Ben, thank you very much. We'll see you next week for the final race.
Yep, see you guys. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, see you, Ben.
All right, Carl, let's bring in Meraki, our final person. Carl, start us off with this one. Meraki, you should be able to hear us.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Meraki. Hello,
right,
hello.
It's just going to be a quick one, isn't it?
Possibly, yes.
recap. Sorry, we just rushed all the way through that. I do apologise, guys, but we can't miss the qualifying. Carl, final thoughts from you. How have you enjoyed today? Clipbook turned commentator. Where can we find you on social media, Carl? And what did you think of the race?
I just want to preface this by saying I didn't expect my day to go like this. But here we are. You can find me on Twitch at Carl Paranik, just as one word, exactly as it's spelled on your screen. Or you can find me on YouTube under the same name, or under a channel called Carl's Cars. I do various other bits and pieces of commentary. Sorry, the Gareth Allen from Wish tag is sending me right now. That is absolutely wonderful.
It's one of options I had. Scott, you go next, mate.
Gareth Allen from Wish. I will go next. You can find me on Twitch at F1 Scott. Also, just on behalf of the Creator Series and everyone, we just want to extend Gareth Allen. We're thinking of him. We hope everything's okay with his family. Rob was able to, Gareth Allen from Wish came in during that broadcast, came in seamlessly. We just ended the stream for a minute or two. It was incredible work from all involved, so Gareth could go and do his responsibilities. Everyone's thinking of him. Find me on F1 Scott at Twitch. Gareth Allen from Wish, final thoughts from you.
So I just wanted to say, obviously, we have actually heard from Gareth, and it's not that serious what his little boy's got. He is at the hospital, obviously. All the best for him. My name is actually Rob. I'm a space ghost on Twitch. I'm one of the producers at Creator Series, and what I would like to call out is that actually we are looking for more producers. We are looking for more people. As much as I was available to step in for Gareth in this emergency, it would be nice if there was a bit more depth in the team. And so if you want to come and have the complexity of pushing all the little buttons to make this production what it is, then feel free to jump into the Discord and reach out and let us know. And we are running massively over, Scott, so I am going to take no more of your time and let you wrap us up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, for your energy, for your commitment, for your fun. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. We are the Creator Series, sponsored by EA Sports. Make sure you catch us next week for the final round and see if TMA Marduk can come out on top. From us all in the commentary box, take care, have a great night, enjoy the real life qualifying. Goodbye.
Cheers.
Bye.